In my last post, I talked about how to strike a balance between being good, productive, constructive leader rather than being too soft or too hard in your leadership. So, this podcast is for everyone who wants to fine tune and find the balance between being too hard and too soft, and simply to create a leadership that will empower others and naturally draw people towards you. And also for you to achieve fantastic results in your leadership. My name is Angela Cox. I am a leadership strategic coach who will help female leaders to create a leadership that will make them sought after leaders that naturally draw people towards them. So, emotionally astute leaders, how do you become one and how do you lead powerfully? Although you may be emotional or sensitive person, there is an old agenda about sensitivity and female in leadership, sensitive females in leadership. So, for some emotional or sensitive individuals, navigating their path in leadership can be tricky. So, perceptions about emotional females leaders can vary widely depending on different factors. So, historically, there has been a stereotype about leaders that leaders, particularly women, should display traits traditionally associated with masculinity, such as assertiveness, decisiveness, and so on. So that led to a bias against women who express their emotions and not shine away from their sensitive side. Um, this is why many sensitive female leaders felt the need to reframe their emotions, their sensitive approach to their leadership, and structure their roles accordingly. So the agenda is still strong, and there is still a belief or a notion that emotional displays are a sign of weakness and incompetence. Um, we in this podcast, I will unwrap and uncover how can female leaders use their emotional expressions to lead strategically and powerfully and be relatable, connecting with their teams, and genuinely lead their teams powerfully and successfully. There are many women who are emotionally aware and build their leadership accordingly. So, their leadership style will depend on the way they choose to use their emotions in their career. So, without overcomplicating things, as I spoke about my previous post, there are three types of female leaders who are emotionally aware or sensitive female leaders, and how they use their emotions in their leadership. The first is soft, empathic leader. If you can relate to this, just listen to the traits and the outcomes the soft, empathic leader may create for themselves. If you're soft and empathic and you use your emotional side to connect with people and your values are goodness and kindness, you often avoid tough conversations and decisions. The tendency of soft empathic leader is to keep everyone happy and to lead that can lead to tension within the team, because we know that to keep everyone happy is a very slippery road. Soft empathic leaders find it difficult to provide constructive feedback or criticism. They avoid difficult conversations. Uh, they find it quite tricky to delegate. and it's very difficult for them to enforce boundaries. They don't hold people accountable. The softness and the kindness in them holds them back for that accountability part, and they give their team freedom to work on their tasks and freedom to manage their time, which often leads to project dragging on. And as a result, this type of leader will run into burnout. So if you resonate with leadership style, this leadership style, it is likely that your value that you carry, the main value is being good person, being kind, nice, and being a fair leader, perhaps. As girls traditionally reared in Ireland and all over the world, we're reared as being nice, accommodating, polite, and more than likely you hold these values very, very close to your heart. The second type of leadership is being too hard, being too tough leader, aka known as a bitch. So behind your back, people may say that about you if you're overly assertive. So if you are an emotional individual who follows an old traditional male dominant leadership, you may simply decided to mask your emotional or sensitive side in order to fit in, or you just chose this way as the way to fit in. Basically, this is a traditional leadership style, old style. So to fit in, I need to follow this book. So what are the mistakes really that hard, tough female leader could make in this style, within this style? And they tend to micromanage, and that automatically and immediately leads to reduced team morale. Okay, um, it also leads to reduced productivity, because when people are constantly told to what to do and what to pay attention to, they become a robotic version of themselves. They just do what they told rather than using their own creativity and initiative. People also, teams get stagnant very, very quick and easy, because as well, because of the micromanagement and the really harsh leadership style that you represent. The absenteeism goes up. People tend to take sick leave, tend to avoid tricky tasks, and so on. Communication in this leadership style suffers big time, because people are not naturally drawn towards you. They don't tend to share, and even communication within the teams and projects can suffer. Lack of trust. You don't trust them, automatically they do not trust you. Delegation is suffering as well. Although you're strong and you're proactive and you're keeping them tight as a team, you may find it difficult to delegate, because that could lead them to believe that you're a weak leader. There is a lot of resistance and resentment in this leadership style. True and true. So it could come from you. It comes back to you from them. So it's quite grindy kind of an environment. Poor time management. When people are constantly drawn towards you do this, you do that, so they are told what tasks to pay attention to. The time management slips, also slips for you. If you tend to micromanage, your own time becomes scarce. You become time poor very, very easily. So Again, you may have chosen this style because you believe in old style leadership, male dominant, masculine, or simply you want to mask your own emotions and sensitivity that is classed as a weakness. So the third one is the sweet spot. It is a balanced, emotionally astute leader. What does it mean and how do we get to it? Balanced leaders are self aware. This is one of the biggest golden nuggets for balanced, naturally and emotionally astute leader. Self awareness allows you to tune your emotions, allows you to use them when you need them, and just to put them aside when you feel there is a time for some other strategic decision or whatever. So, what are the traits of this leadership style? So, this leader is emotionally aware. This leader is empathic. This leader can hear and see the struggles and the wins and downfalls of their team members. And this leader is emotionally astute, so there will be an understanding. So I lead you and I see your struggles. I appreciate the sacrifices you make to lead this project or to make this project success, and so on and so forth. Adaptability. You adapt as you go and you lead your team accordingly. They adapt with you, they follow you, they mirror you constantly. Boundaries. You set healthy, good, and strong boundaries. The boundaries that you follow and the boundaries that are there to be followed, not to be broken, is a very, very good indicator of balanced leadership. Delegation. You delegate like in your sleep. You trust your team, they trust you. As a team, you work together, so therefore you delegate tasks so you can follow your bigger vision and you can follow the pursuit. You can follow on your strategies, follow up on people's progress, and so on and so forth. You acknowledge people wins, which is very, very important. And this way you encourage them to grow and be better and give them constructive feedbacks. You're consistent, you're flexible. Um, you are continuously growing yourself, and you encourage your team to grow as well. So they see you as a bridge to their growth, which is a fantastic quality to have and a fantastic way to attract people towards you. So they see you as a bridge, as a mentor, as a guide, and that creates respect instantly. So, to learn how to become balanced, and emotionally astute leader, DM me balance. I have 3 spots for this week and next week, each week, 3 spots in each week to speak about this topic. And if you resonate with it, I'd love you to take this opportunity to rebuild your leadership. And there is a fine tuning. Either if you fall into either of those categories of leadership, it's a fine tuning that you become an emotionally astute leader and you use your emotions to lead um, powerfully and to attract people towards you. It's actually proven, there are a couple of studies done that emotionally astute and emotionally intelligent leaders have more um, points, have more positive points, have more abilities to create a solid leadership. So it's worth your while to explore this for yourself and to improve your leadership dramatically within a couple of weeks. So I'd love to hear from you. My DM is always open. DM me balance, or you can reach out via email or just a direct DM. I'd love to hear from you.